episode 20, Angerod is using pixies to play mind games.
Impure.
And we get to see Strickler's deepest fear.
It can't be! And you've left my father to rot? You dare to conspire to steal my father's throne?
I miss this so much.
Oh, you shall beg. Abandon the ring! She just walked right... Pixies. You are a dog, and this is your leash.
Well, that was lovely. Yes, you did need to remind us what this idiot can do. Thank you. And notice he doesn't even hide behind Angor's ring. He knows Angor can't actually touch him. So much better. This is exactly what the first scene between these two needed to look like. Do you know what? Retcon accepted. I will take that. This does of course mean Angor is pissed. He wants his freedom and he's willing to work with Jim to get it. Oh, put him in an arm lock!
I want you to get my ring.
I just realized something. So, Angor is now out to get Strickler. Couldn't he go after Strickler by going after Barbara?
If you chop his hand off, you chop your mom's hand off too, remember?
You know, you cut off her finger, you cut off his finger. Or does it not work that way? Anyways, Jim manages to find a time-stopping spell that lets him steal the ring from Strickler. And also... just in case shitty kids watching this were running out of ideas. But this means Angerod is now on the warpath for Strickler.
The ring! Oh no!
Well, that's okay. We saw you can hold your own, even without the ring. It just means it'll be close. Yes! Awesome! Finally, I'm so ready for this epic troll battles. Yes, please! That's resourceful, but could you do it green at least? Ah! If only I was made of stone or something. At least transform.
I'll kill the Trollhunter and everyone else! Are you mad?
Clearly, yes. Come on, loincloth it up and just... whatever. You guys have really perfected avoiding troll fights at all costs. It's quite amazing, really.
Please, Trollhunter, you're my only hope. If you want to save your mother's life, you have to protect me.
Oh, but it was for Barbara. See how he flees in the face of adversity, all for the one he loves. Oh, you. And here we are. So, as best I can tell, as far as what happened, Strickler really only worked because of the dynamic with Bular. The tension and unpredictability of the calm and collected villain contrasted with the beastly villain. Bular seemed to act as a sort of chaotic link between Jim and Strickler. And there's a clear hole in the series without him that they cannot seem to successfully fill in. It almost doesn't feel like Trollhunters without him. Remind me why Bular had to die again?
You're my only hope.
Alright, Jim service.
You'll have until sundown to get me as far away as possible.
Why? Anyways, Strickler's back to being smarmy and stuck up in this episode.
Did you forget the binding spell? If we hurt him, we hurt my mom.
Which could be fun, if he didn't seem so damn proud of the fact that he's hiding behind a 16-year-old boy and his mother from his own assassin.
Perhaps, if we get through this, I could talk to my constituents about the Eye of Gunmar.
Yes, you did need to remind us why we would possibly want this guy as an ally. It's a good catch.
You know where it is?
Personally, no, but my ilk are wide and numerous.
Yes, well, I mean, I might be a self-serving, obsequious, cowardly 1,000-year-old troll creature with no motive or purpose. Can't even seem to beat a 16-year-old armed with a fork, but I've got ilk. It's wide ilk!
Looks like my night shift is turning into a weekend shift.
So, in order to protect Barbara, they settle on a plan to booby-trap the entire house and fight Angor to the death. Wait, Strickler too? That doesn't solve the whole Strickler might get hurt and hurt your mom thing.
If we hurt him, we hurt my mom.
Why don't you try and use this time to break the spell? You'll have to do that eventually anyways. Anyways, because we couldn't possibly resist Barbara comes home unexpectedly, and hilarity ensues.
Walt? Why are you holding a crossbow?
Me? Yes. You see, there's a school project I gave Jim, and,
Okay, that was pretty funny.
Your son has stirred up a heap of trouble.
Dude.
Oh, isn't that cute? They're still just going at each other. I know you're trying to make this into a cute, bantery rivalry. No.
Barbara, you do have to leave.
What? You're the one that has to leave.
Go! Get her out of here!
Barbara, you can get to the street.
He's not after her. For some reason. Strickler's the only one here who needs protecting. Why don't you go to the street?
Let me go! Ow! What was that?
Listen to me. Leave now!
What are you, Walt?
I'm someone who can help your son, but I can't until I know you're safe.
I can't. There's just too much stupidity. It's like a haze. Doesn't matter where she is. She could be on the moon. If Angor stabs you through the head, she'll still get a complimentary head hole all the same. Anyways, they finally managed to lure Angor upstairs into a trap. Good job. Good teamwork, guys.
Get away from my boy!
Damn it, Barbara! Barbara bursts through the door and ruins their trap with mom rage, which I guess is supposed to be funny, rather than infuriating. Isn't it hilarious when women try and help? Chaos ensues. Silly women.
Walt?
And what do you think you're gonna do, Big Stuff? What are you gonna protect her? Seriously, the only way she's safe is if you both go! Otherwise... That happens.
Well, that didn't go as planned.
Actually, based on my understanding of your lack of understanding of how plans work, it did.
My side hurts.
Curious the spell didn't kick in a second ago when Angor dragged you down the stairs, threw you into a wall, and then tossed you into the other room. Apparently, she didn't feel a thing.
I've had worse.
See? If Barbara wasn't here, none of this would have happened. You're right. What was I thinking? So anyway, now they're both hurt, and Strickler has to drive them to Trollmark. Why is Strickler driving? Jim, you shithead, drive!
Focus!
I'm trying.
But maybe this is helpful. At this point, we're trying to find any redeeming qualities in Strickler's character, right? So, if it helps to redeem him, then... Except it doesn't! It's not even that it doesn't, it's that it can't. Every gesture he makes towards Barbara or Jim, whether he means it or not, inadvertently helps himself. And if he puts himself in harm's way, it doesn't even matter what he's defending on principle, they still get hurt. Because of how you set this up, the bravest, most selfless thing this guy can possibly do would be to run away and hide. I mean, I know you guys want him to be Mr. Troll with a cause, and suddenly he's helping and throwing himself in the line of fire. That looks very nice on the face of it. It's actually making shit worse. I don't think you thought this through. And I think they realized that, which is why we're suddenly trying to blame shit on Barbara. We'll have Barbara come in and wreck something. It'll distract from how stupid we are. Good thinking. I'm sorry, you don't need a spell. They're almost not even fighting Angor as much as they are the inconvenience of the spell. But they do finally make it to Troll Market.
We need to break the binding spell.
She cannot properly heal while still bound to the changeling.
I still have so many questions about how this stupid spell actually works.
What do you mean you won't undo the binding spell? I thought you cared about my mother.
What was that?
Dost mine ears deceive me?
I thought you cared about my mother.
That fact has now become convenient enough to acknowledge? You sure?
I do, much to my surprise, and quite deeply. In fact, I might even love...
Do not finish that sentence.
I am still too immature for this plotline, and the show is in no rush to make me work past it. So, for now, shut up.
If you really cared about my mother, you would undo the binding spell.
And then what? I have my own interests to consider.
Okay, so... Strickler has spent the past half of this season hiding behind the woman he might even love, and is now using her as a bargaining chip so that he'll get to walk free and not take responsibility for anything he's done.
I won't harm you.
And what of your troll friends? They have no love for me. What's to stop you from throwing me to the wolves the second my connection with your mother is severed?
Okay, well, for one, it's really no less than you deserve. And if we're trying to establish this guy as a potential ally we're supposed to care about, maybe some self-awareness would go a long way.
Haven't I redeemed myself?
I don't understand why everyone's so mad at me. And second, this may be your conflict, but don't tell us out loud! That's what storytelling is for!
What do you mean you won't undo the binding spell?
Conflicts are internal. They are not something you lay on others so they can appreciate how conflicted you are.
No. Yes.
That's not the point.
You see my predicament, young Atlas? I have my own interests to consider.
I don't know whether to save the woman I supposedly love or continue to use her as a human shield for the few hours she has left to live. You have no idea what I'm going through!
The spell has been the only thing keeping you from harming me, for one.
For God's sakes, yes, we know. Oh, please, Jim, please! This spell is all I have. It's the only thing keeping your magnificence at bay. You must understand, have mercy. We get it, show. It's okay. Really.
Once my mother's okay, I won't let anybody hurt you.
You guys really needed Jim letting him go to be the only possible saving grace for this guy, didn't you? The pro-Jim lens surrounding Strickler is just glaring. I mean, should this even be Jim's decision? Maybe the trolls who have been at war with the changelings for centuries would like to interrogate him? I mean, he's their prisoner, and Jim is just gonna let him go for nothing, in exchange for something that Strickler wants anyways. Bad conflict. No, the answer has to be up to Jim. That's why it's all about the binding spell, isn't it? Because the binding spell is all about what it's keeping Jim from doing. It's all about the justice he's being restrained from enacting. Never mind the injury itself, it's never brought up. Because, as far as I can tell, these two were cut with Angor's deadly, incurable troll cancer knife. Yeah, it's a knife that causes cancer.
You've been nicked by Creeper's sun poison.
Sorry, Creeper sun poisoning. It's basically cancer! But at least we got to reuse that sling. He'll be fine.
I don't have it with me.
And you know what? Granted, Strickler is pathetic, weakened, cowardly, and out of options. I just don't think he's as pathetic, weakened, cowardly, and out of options as you guys need him to be right now. You're writing this guy like he's just some innocent bum who got caught up in this. It's like he's not even aware of all the time he's spent as a villain at all. Like he doesn't remember what he did or why he did it. It's as if he's forgotten every purpose he ever had, every motivation, every belief or ideal that might give him a shred of pride. I mean, you seem to care about the changelings. We could test that by trying to interrogate him about it.
It's called honor. I don't expect you to understand it.
Touché.
Oh, right, 'cause Jim.
It's called honor.
Honor, yeah. Whose honor, though? Yours, mostly, right?
I don't expect you to understand it.
You still don't even know the principal's dead, do you? So yeah, I guess that tracks. In order to make this snotty little asswipe look like he's an honorable hero, you may actually find yourself having to diminish Strickler down to a spineless pile of crap on the floor. Whatever you need, Jim. Whatever you need. Would you like someone to come in and imply that you've gained something resembling maturity and wisdom as well?
You've given me much to consider, young Atlas.
Anything else I can get for you, sir? My moral integrity is entirely at your disposal. Anyways, the spell is ultimately lifted.
It's okay, Mom. Thank you for doing this for me.
I'm doing it for her.
You didn't let her die for your own sake. What a hero.
The time has come.
Barbara,
Don't talk to me. You're the one thing I'm looking forward to forgetting.
Oh, the tragedy! Yeah, well, you did try to kill her son, dude, so, yeah. Okay, you guys really want us to forgive him, don't you?
Forgive me, Barbara.
See how he suffers for love. See, I just went through this with Arlo. Because, I mean, you can generate sympathy by injuring them and torturing them. You can do that. There's also storytelling. Generally, you don't give this type of treatment unless you're going for an effect that you haven't quite the development to support. But I guess if Jim is impressed or moved, we have successfully reached atonement. Look how you're suffering from my mother's fate. This pleases me. And finally, episode 26.
Only an impure would be stupid enough to raise Angor rot.
Episode 26 acts as a sort of reset for these two.
You throw like a slot.
The other trolls don't trust Strickler, but Jim steps right up to confirm he is a good guy now.
He's with me.
And Strickler shows his appreciation by offering Jim all the help that he probably should have negotiated for last episode, but
You're saying I can use this?
If cut with the proper guidance.
Strickler got to give it of his own volition, so, that's something. He teaches Jim how to fit Angorot's eye stone to power up his amulet, which is admittedly a really nice nod to the dynamic we saw in episode 1. Wow. A lot of crap has happened since then.
You've proved why you are the hero, and I am.
Someone who can change.
Your idealism is nearly contagious.
I really don't care what you do, as long as it's not whiny or lame.
What now? Our infallible leader.
There is a limit. Like, we're implying that Strickler could evolve into something with a spine, potentially, right?
Where's Jim? He gave me his word.
Well, having him fight with the forces of good seems like a good opportunity to demonstrate that. I mean, isn't his assassin due to attack at any moment? This has all clearly been set up exactly so that could take place. Where are you going?
The other trolls don't trust fighting alongside you.
Okay.
He tried to release Gunmar!
Only an impure would be stupid enough to raise Angor rot.
But we'll handle the mess. You go. Have a good time. Look after your arm or your neck or your cancer or whatever the hell's wrong with you. Just go. Have fun. The way Strickler exits here is so strange. After the trolls complain about how stupid he was for releasing Angor, instead of locking him away or making him help fight him, they make him leave. Not stay in their prison cell. They don't trust him in there. Because, that's what you do with criminals. I don't trust this criminal locked away in prison. Can't we just let him out and make him go away? You mean, set him free without punishment? That is not what I said.
You kept your word, and after everything I've done.
Yeah, it was suspiciously easy for Jim to so nobly keep his word.
You've proved why you are the hero, and I am.
Being written out? It's like somebody clumsily decided last minute that they needed something of this character to hold over for season 3. Strickler, you have to go. The trolls don't like you. But wait, what about all of his schemes and motivations? Well, here's a broom, and behind you is a rug. He gives Jim the final key to defeat Gunmar. He's now totally fine with whatever happens to the changelings and inevitably staying a troll himself forever. Nor is he really that torn up about Barbara. So, great. Nice and clean.
I have overstayed my welcome.
No, you loaded up your plate and ate half of it. And that's his exit.
But I do wish you luck, and hope we meet again one day.
Goodbye, Mr. Strickler.
He leaves, and then the heroes go off and fight Angor. Okay. So, in finally summing up, as much as I've harped on this show, it is still one of my all-time favorites. This is a show that came loaded with a ton of ambition.
You mother your mother a lot.
It wasn't afraid of bending gender roles or legitimately caring about school and grades.
If I don't pass the exam, I'm grounded. And I can't be the Trollhunter.
It genuinely seemed to be trying to do something different. But when push came to shove, and they decided that Jim was gonna kill Bular in 12 episodes, suddenly it's like the show panicked and started obsessing over power hierarchies, enough to distract from all the good momentum they had going. Guys, I just thought of something. Jim could kill Bular. Doesn't that mean he'd be able to kill Strickler? Right? Otherwise it looks like Strickler is stronger than Bular. But doesn't that diminish his victory over Bular? We can't have that! If we had to find a way of keeping Strickler alive while screaming at every opportunity that Jim would and could kill him. That was really important for some reason. They almost could have just had a disclaimer scrolling across the screen the entire time. So instead of, doing the fun thing, which would be having battles between these two to decide who could kill who and who could do what and why, they decided to keep everything hypothetical. And instead just dumb down Strickler so as to try to balance out what someone must have thought was a glaring inconsistency in logic. Gentlemen, I have a solution. We shall simply make Strickler suck. Oh, brilliant, sir. And I realize the habit of siphoning importance into one character at the expense of everyone else. It's not just a problem for Trollhunters. Pretty much everything struggles with that. The Trollhunters seemed like it was different. Like it was trying to be more than just typical cartoon cliches. So when Barbara started showing an interest in Strickler, one of Jim's teachers, I thought, how cool is that? A show about a kid dealing with his mother dating new people and a new potential stepdad. That's fascinating. I can't wait to see where they go with this. And not. It turns into every evil step-parent cliche, every cartoon villain cliche. Basically, so much of the show's potential for unconventionality, maturity, character development, and accountability, not to mention suspense, devolves into nothing more than a petty tooth-and-nail cockfight over Barbara. And I get it. Protagonists are boring. They are. But make them less boring by challenging them, not by artificially inflating their importance by dumbing down the interesting characters. We need those. Villains shouldn't just exist to make heroes look good and fawn and coo over what formidable opponents they are. That's not why they're there. And shows aimed at kids are inevitably going to have the conundrum of lame villains who need to be adults to be threatening, but who are instantly less threatening by being adults that are regularly outsmarted by kids. Personally, I think both of these characters were more interesting when Jim was scared. When he couldn't just beat everyone and everything. When there was an eerie Grimm's fairy tale vibe. When there was a guy who made Pan's Labyrinth sensibility to everything. And I really hope they find a way to get that back if they ever do a season 2. Because it's an awesome show. I might even go watch it again. In fact, I think I will. I'm too lazy to get up, though.
Children, have you ever met the bogeyman before? No, of course you haven't, for you're much too good, I'm sure. Don't you be afraid of him if he should visit you. He's a great big coward, so I'll tell you what to do.